Over the next 100 days, I'm going to be training neck daily, with a photo taken each night. But why? The most obvious benefit is how it looks. The only difference between these two photos is the size of the neck, and most would agree that a bigger neck looks more masculine and more desirable. An inspiring real life before and after example is of Jeff Nippard. Despite having tons of muscle, from the neck up, it wasn't obvious until after he started neck training. Additionally, in contact sports, having a strong neck is crucial. It can be the difference of getting knocked out or not, reduces the severity of concussions, and can save your life in collisions. It's why athletes like Mike Tyson and most of the NFL take neck training so seriously. Thirdly, neck training can help fix the extremely common nerd neck. I'm often sat at my desk for up to 12 hours, which puts me at a higher risk of this condition, which can lead to neck pains, poor balance, headaches, among many other things. Now, my neck isn't abnormally small or anything, but whenever I go to a club, bar, or somewhere ID is required, I often get laughed at. This is my driver's license. I've had to use it as ID for the last few years. I forgot to update the photo, so I'm stuck with my 12-year-old self as ID. In 100 days, I'll be getting a new driver's license photo, so that bouncers, instead of laughing, will cower in fear at my newly massive neck. And this is how it went. So on day 1, I measured my neck at 15.5 inches. 3 of the best channels which cover neck training are Jeff Nippard, 𝗲𝗆 and the Bioneer. And from what I gathered here, there's 3 main movements: extension, forward flexion, and lateral flexion. The truth is, despite having watched most of these videos years ago, I was very hesitant to take neck training seriously. I didn't really want to end up in a gym fail compilation. You see, neck training has always been memed because of how unusual it looks. For example, Jeff Nippard's thumbnail got uploaded to Twitter with the caption, "Are men okay?" And while funny out of context, if you can get past the barrier of caring what people think and accept that neck training just is a bit odd, the progress is apparently rapid and benefits are clear. So for me, it made a lot of sense to finally start. Since I was doing this for 100 days, I decided to use the following equipment: 2 6kg plates, 1 20kg plate, my girlfriend's hat so I don't cave my skull in, and finally, this dodgy looking head harness. I wanted to get the neck flex, recommended by both Jeff and 𝗲𝗆, but it's quite pricey. This is the one you should probably get if you can afford it, but personally, I brought a cheap one on Amazon for $20, and while it felt pretty solid, I was slightly concerned.
Now, I've been saying it for years. You don't want to get a cheap one, otherwise you risk it breaking off your head, which can cause injuries. And with the neck, you don't want to take that risk.
I think it goes without saying that neck training this frequently is probably not a good idea, and there's plenty of more optimal routines. But with that said, my daily routine is as follows: a neck warm-up consisting of 30 nods, 30 side to side, and 30 rotations. Then I'll do 2 sets of curls, followed by 2 sets of extensions. I'll progress firstly by increasing reps, and secondly by adding weight, alternating between high intensity and low intensity days. On day 1, I was able to complete 12 kilograms for a set of 15 reps on the curl, and 12 kilograms for a set of 10 on the extension. No decapitation as of yet. 7 days in, and I was already regretting the commitment. I felt like I'd undergone every wrestling finisher on the planet. And for some reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to take the progress photos led down. Now it just looks like a compilation of your average middle-aged man's profile photos. As training neck every day for 100 days was sure to be difficult, I decided to reread Atomic Habits, which really helped make the habit more manageable and reminded me of a key secret I'd hopefully get to experience around day 60. On day 44, I decided to make a big jump up to the 20kg plate, which I could curl for sets of 10. Fortunately, the harness still seemed solid after over a month. A cool exercise I've always wanted to try is the wrestler bridge. Mike Tyson used to do these a lot to help him build his huge neck, so I might give those a go. Day 45, and I haven't actually needed this one yet because I decided against the bridges. The truth is, I don't have a strong enough foundation to be diving into something like that. A mistake I've made before is copying an exercise or technique which looks cool, only to end up getting injured. For example, after seeing Eddie Hall deadlift 500 kilograms, I tried to start rolling my deadlifts as a 16-year-old beginner. Moreover, a lot of the exercises which go viral are often awful for the average person. So before you turn yourself into a human Megazord, it's always a good idea to cross-reference. It really didn't take long to watch a video from 3 credible channels to suggest that neck bridges were not a good idea just yet.
The only thing that matters in life is having a tan.
The secret mentioned earlier is this graph. It shows how a new habit becomes significantly easier if you can get through the first 60 or so days. Unfortunately, most people never make it here, which is sad because most people ditch new positive habits in the difficult stage, never getting to experience how much easier it gets. Up to day 80, strength progression was crazy. As you can see in this photo, the hat's no longer thick enough to cushion the weight. Despite this, I've definitely had fewer headaches recently, which may or may not be related to the neck training. Around day 86, I started getting sick of it. Training every day was definitely too much and not recommended, but after looking back at the progress, I decided to push on. By day 99, with just one more day to go, I definitely noticed a difference. I could see more definition in my neck, and had managed to go from curling 12 kilograms for 15 to curling 20 kilograms for 30, from extending 12 kilograms for 10 to extending 20 kilograms for 20. Based on that progress alone, it'd be very surprising if my neck has not grown. I'm probably nowhere near it, but my big goal is 18 inches, which is supposedly doable in under a year if you actually train sensibly.
Gains come like this. You can take a 16-inch neck to 18 inches in around 3 months. It's just direct work. It blows up super duper fast.
So I'll get on a more optimal plan and do a new video when I get there. So on the final day, the first thing to do was get a new ID photo taken. Now we've made eye contact for 100 days, it'd be awkward if you didn't like the video. Before I show the before and after, and share the final measurements, I just wanted to clarify that I know nobody really cares, that I made my neck slightly thicker. I really wasn't trying to impress people on Twitter, or try and make bouncers quiver in fear. The main improvement I think you'll get is confidence, and the way you feel and see yourself, making neck training definitely something for you to consider. I managed to gain over an entire inch on my neck, which I'm honestly pretty happy with. And the best thing is, these are results you could probably achieve with 2 to 3 20-minute neck sessions a week for the same time period. Just to confirm this, 30 days have passed and progress has been great. When I tense my neck, it's now around 17.5 inches, so maybe don't train neck every day? Between these two photos, I tried to keep most of the variables the same, such as lighting, body weight, and cap position, hopefully a somewhat fair comparison. And while I'm happy with the progress, the road to 18 inches begins.